guys, Christina here, and today I have a look for you and a review of Story of the World Volume 3, right here, Early Modern Times. Now I have a lot of stuff I'm going to show you. I'm going to turn the camera around, but first I just wanted to tell you my children are currently 3, 6, 9, 10, and 12. Always have to think about that. So I had 2 children do a lap book this year, 2 children did the quizzes, they all did the maps, except for my toddler. We did read aloud and we did independent reader. So I'm going to talk about all that stuff, how we put it together, how we liked it, and share all that information. And first I'm going to turn the camera around and give you a look at everything. So I'm going to start with the book here. So this is by Susan Wise Bauer. This is what the book looks like. So this is from Elizabeth I to the 49ers. Give you an idea of chapters. There's always 42 chapters. Sometimes there's 2 parts within, sometimes there's 1, sometimes there's 3. There's an introduction, and then it starts off. So there's usually a map here. This is the first section. This is the second section. And these ones here are coloring pages that come in the student activity guide. I'll give you a quick flip through so you can see here. And they do have at the back here, they have where you can look things up, the index, and some more information. So that's what that book looks like. Now this is the activity book plus the tests. What I did was I took that actually apart. I learned later on that you can actually buy the PDF. That would probably be better. And I spiral bound it myself because I prefer it in this manner. I'll give you a quick look at this. So this one is divided into little sections, and then there's the review cards, which in the past I have done, but I decided not to do them this year because we found we didn't use them a whole lot. So this one has a pronunciation guide at the beginning. And then this is how the lessons are set up. I'm gonna skip a few ahead just so you can see. Okay, so it starts off with information here. There's review questions for each section that they have, and there's a narration section as well for each section that they have. There's additional reading recommendations. There's corresponding literature suggestions, map work, coloring page, projects. Okay, so that's one there. I'll give you a look at another one here, just so you can see what it looks like. And then at the back, I added the answers to the test, so that this is the book I keep kind of down where we homeschool in our dining room, and I just have everything I need here. The extra pages, like the coloring pages, the original test, I have all of that put away in a cupboard upstairs, and this is just what I keep. It's nice and compact and it works well. I find it stays together really well, but I can open it easily. So that's what I have here. Now I mentioned that my 2 youngest school-age children, they both did lap books, and a mom put this together. I did not do this. I will link it down below. And so each chapter had a little activity, and they just put it together. Sometimes she wrote, sometimes I wrote. She is 6 and in grade 1. So you can see lots of different ways that they've done it here. Now this is just a cheap exercise book because I tried to find something I could keep, like they can keep this here. You can see all the different, this one you just pull the little pieces out, some you fold different ways. Just engaging activities for them, right? How lap books tend to be. One piece of advice that I do have that I discovered is that I should have done them gluing one down here, the next one up here, and then like alternated, because with them all right in the middle, there's a big bulge there, and it could have been a little bit trimmer just for keeping. So this is my son who is in grade 4, and he chose to do this as well. So you can see, really simple. I had him answer in more full sentences, all different types of activities, folding out and such. So this actually worked really well. We're gonna go ahead and my daughter who's going into grade 2 next year, I'll probably have her do the same thing. But this is just a nice little lap book that you can do along with Story of the World. Now, these are the books I have for my children. I'll just show you through all of them. I bound all of their like papers for the year, science, health, socials, everything together. And we're trying to cut back on paper usage. So I just printed a few coloring pages for my daughter. You can see that's all I did for the whole year. So just like once, I don't know, once a month or so, she had a coloring page. We didn't end up doing a lot of the activities. I printed a few and we didn't do them. And then for the maps, I printed 2 to a page and then double-sided it. So there's 4 so that we save some paper. And you can see all the maps that she did here. And that is the book for my 6-year-old. Here is my son in 4th grade. I have it the wrong way. Yeah, this way. So he had, again, just all the maps the same. My son in 5th grade. So he had the maps printed exactly the same way, and then he did the quizzes this year. And so all the quizzes are here. I actually ended up missing, like I missed a page when I printed, so one of their quizzes only had like 6 questions. But all the quizzes are here. And then my oldest son, grade 7, the same thing, maps with the quizzes at the back. And I did the quizzes like 2 pages again per side and double-sided to save paper. And that's what his book looked like. And there were just a few activities. I think maybe they were over here. Yeah, that we just never did. We never got to these ones, but that's kind of an idea of some of the activities that come with it as well. So we really like Story of the World. I think it works for multiple ages learning together. There's different recommendations on the age range. So my oldest, like I said, is 12, and I think it works just fine for him and my child in grade 1, and when she's younger in kindergarten, even preschooler, they listen, they learn. So I think it's good for learning in multi-age group settings. It's kind of simple and plain, yet it gives details and it gives a history overview. So it's worked really well for us. Now we do like to add in read alouds, like I mentioned. And so I went through the recommendation from the book, like where it had that additional reading section, as well as history reading lists from Sunlight, Bookshark, and The Good and the Beautiful, and compiled my own list based on kind of what I felt would work best, as well as what I had available to me. I'll go ahead and put that list down below. I'm not gonna go through all of those books because I do share every month what we've been reading, but I'll try and at least name them for you if you're interested. Children also do independent reads, and I'll put those down below, and you can kind of figure out what chapter they go with, just to kind of buff up and add a little bit more, especially for the older children. Now, we did listen to some of the audio, our library has it, and I really like that. I found it worked to kind of get it for a couple weeks and listen to it, and then to read from it, from the book when it had to go back. We don't mind the audio whatsoever. We also added in a little bit of activities. Like I said, not very many. We made a piñata. I'm trying to think what else we did this year. Not a whole lot. We did also add in some documentaries, movies, that type of thing. I'll try and link everything down below. But it's just worked really well for us, and I found there's so much you can kind of build on it and make it age appropriate and make it work. Yeah, if you have any questions, leave them in the comment section down below. I've also reviewed the first and the second volume, and those kind of had more artwork or more like games in them. So you can go and see those reviews as well and see what would work for your family. If you have any questions, leave them down below. And otherwise, I hope this finds you having a great day. Take care.